What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Shawnee Tunes, and I'm back with another banger. Yes, I understand. You can see the hair look a little crazy, but we not here for that. We here for 2K26. If y'all know, yesterday all the creators that went to Community Day dropped gameplay, so we about to watch it, go over it, and I'm gonna let you know what I think. So let's see. Says raw and unedited.
We're not going to waste any
Joe
time. We're
Knows.
jumping straight into it. Y'all asked
So if y'all do want to see the full video without me talking, just type in Joe Knows. It's going to be the first video. That's if you look at it right now.
for raw, unedited NBA 2K26 gameplay, and I got exactly that here for y'all. I'm actually still in the hotel room. I was just at Community Day for 12 hours in the builder and getting some gameplay for y'all, and as soon as I got back to the hotel room, we're already editing and, you know, getting on the mic to talk to y'all about it. So drop a like on the video for me.
So I'm looking, your points, rebounds, and assists all right here. Field goal percentage. Everything looks the same as far as the takeover meter.
Really appreciate it. Let's try to get this video to 10,000 likes, and let's talk about it. All right.
Hold on.
I'm in the white.
Chat. Do y'all see the dribbling? Is dribbling? Dribbling really didn't go anywhere, but
I got back to the hotel room. We're already editing and, you know, getting on the mic to talk to y'all about it. So drop a like on the video for me. I really appreciate it. Let's try to get this video to 10,000 likes, and let's talk about it. All right. I'm in the white. I'm in the white jerseys. My team's white. Swag's in the black jersey. Swag is my pro-am team, and I play park with him for the last, I don't even know, 5-6 years. You know, me and Swag go way back. So we decided to match up in the My Team triple threat. So it's 3-on-3. We pulled up some My Team cards. Luckily, I was lucky enough to pull LeBron James. So we got some LBJ gameplay here for you for my first time on 2K26. And listen, a few things to notice about this gameplay. We were not able to customize our HUD. So we weren't able to turn off our shot meters. We were not able to change our shot feedback. We were not able to customize any of that stuff, okay? So that's going to kind of hinder the gameplay a little bit. And also, it's literally our first couple minutes playing NBA 2K26. So there's going to be some rough moments.
Oh, let me just go back. Chat, YouTube, it's all the same. But like I said, if y'all look right here, followers, 642 out of 650. Come on, guys. I know y'all can do it. And, of course, the sub right there. 2 out of 10. Come on, let's do it. At 50 subs, all this will be cut.
Also, it's literally our first couple minutes.
Y'all see the meter? Y'all like this meter? Let me know what y'all think.
Playing NBA 2K26, so there's going to be some rough moments, but y'all wanted it unedited, and I understand why, because y'all want to see the game speed, y'all want to see how it flows, y'all want to see this, that, and the third, so completely understand. All right, now I also want to mention these are, you know, the My Team cards for these NBA and WNBA players, so they have their own animations, and as y'all know, they're not optimized animations. Like when we make our My players, we find, you know, the best escape to go with the best crossover, to go with the best behind the back, with the best hezzy, and it all comes together. And it's able to move a lot more efficiently and quicker and just better than the NBA and WNBA players because you got optimized SIGs. So my point is, some of the bursts that you're going to see in these gameplays, it might look clunky sometimes, but you have to realize a lot of these players don't have great SIGs attached to their My Team cards and whatnot. Like when you'll see the gameplay tomorrow and you see the builder and people, you know, being able to test their builds, and when we tested the builds, we could customize.
Like I said, we're not about to spend so much time on this. We just trying to look at a few things. We're going to check out
the highly anticipated annual gameplay breakdown video. We're going to be going over everything gameplay related inside this video when it comes to NBA 2K26. We'll be talking about the no RNG pure green window shooting from both 3-point and mid-range. We're going to be talking about the new custom layups and how consistent we think those are going to be. The new dunk meter. We're able to see the green window again, but is it any good? We're going to be talking about dribbling. Can tall build speed boost again? Of course, we've got to cover on-ball defense.
Y'all see the way KD's moving, right? And the fact that we get the +2 badge per, so like, let's say if you make a tall build, but he only gets lightning launch, silver. You can make it Hall of Fame on a tall build, or if it's bronze to gold. Like, hold on. Just look at KD right here.
Talking about dribbling, can tall build speed boost again? Of course, we've got to cover on-ball defense for all you locks out there. Paint defense, rebounding. We got everything you need when it comes to 2K26 gameplay. I'm also going to be posting some unedited, raw, full game.
Okay, I do understand that they didn't really do nothing but besides put the game speed higher. So if it was already at 50, they probably put it to 60, 65, 70. So that's why it's they're moving faster. But just look.
Online user versus user gameplay here shortly, so stay on the lookout for that. But take a second, drop a like on the video for me. Let's try to get this video to 20,000 likes. Let's get into this NBA 2K26 gameplay breakdown. Alright, first things first, all the play now clips in this video are on Hall of Fame difficulty. We're going to start off with some dribbling in the Learn 2K core. I don't know what the difficulty was on in there because whites were going in, but the play now clips are all on Hall of Fame. Alright, let's start this off with dribbling. A lot of questions to be answered here, a lot of clips here for you to enjoy. Let's talk about it. First thing to remember, these are NBA players. They do not have optimized SIGs. You cannot change their SIGs. They have whatever they have. Durant has Durant SIGs. De'Aaron Fox has De'Aaron Fox SIGs, etc. But the gameplay you're going to see tomorrow, I can't really speak on it, but it's with the My Players, and in the test builder, you could change your SIGs, and it is a night and day difference from how the NBA players move to how you can move when you're able to change your SIGs. But this will give you at least a general idea of how it looks and, you know, how people are bursting. And obviously, I know a lot of people from my channel are going to be like, bro, like, are the big builds bursting again? And yes, you can speed boost on big builds. It's a night and day difference between 2K25 and 2K26.
I'm letting you guys know right now, 9 times out of 10, my first build is going to be a lock. Whether it's 6-6 or whatever, I have to physically play the game and see how I want to align things with. But 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to go to 6-6 lock. If y'all know, you know. If y'all was in my streams, you know. But the 6-6 lock that I made towards the end of the year, where he could basically do just about anything that I wanted to do, it was beautiful. It was just beautiful. And that's basically what I'm going to try to replicate. But if I can, and being the fact that we can boost our badges by 2, the lock last year is going to be nothing compared to this year.
And people might say, oh, what about the small guards? And yes, the small guards can fly. They can really chain stuff together. People are definitely going to find some glitchy stuff. You see, you could spam behind the backs. You can spam escapes. There's some really good launchy behind the backs now, and you can start to combo those with like explosive behind the backs and momentum behind the backs. And you see, I mean, that's 6'11" Kevin Durant changing directions on a dime. You guys are starting to see some of the momentum crossovers. Now, I do want to mention, there's only so many hours in the day at Community Day that you can't really like fully focus on everything. And my boy Young Dirk was really focused on dribbling, so he sent me all these clips in the Learn 2K. So I'm gonna leave the link to his dribble tutorial down below if you want to see more about dribbling after you finish this video. But shout out to Young Dirk for hooking me up with the clips.
The small guards are moving. KD's moving too, but I'm just looking at the way Curry dribbled in and everybody else. So think about, everybody was using the De'Aaron Fox. Who else was it? Who else was they using last year? Let me know down in the comments box, in the comments below. I can't really think, but it was De'Aaron Fox, and there was another one.
I did get some dribble clips, but like I wasn't going to spend a few hours on it when I knew other people were doing it. I wanted to focus on other areas of the game so we could get as much information as possible. But what's really nice to see is all these different NBA players have different dribble styles. You know, like Curry has his, Fox has his, Kevin Durant has his, Jimmy Butler has his, etc. And they can all speed boost. And that's just a breath of fresh air, because I feel like in past 2Ks, it was like only 1 or 2 dribble styles could really burst cleanly. So it was like you were forced to use them. Now there's
this is my last time pausing it without, you know, just imagine my lock dribbling like this. Remind you, the defensive stats are high, right? So just imagine my lock with like 96, 97 steal, 90 plus perimeter, block, interior. All this dribbling like this.
probably going to end up being like a couple that are better than all the other ones. But y'all get what I'm saying? Like before it was like, no matter what, if you weren't using Darius Garland last year, you had a hitch run out or just you had a no burst run out of dribble moves. It looks like there's multiple dribble styles now that can burst. And again, this isn't even with optimal SIGs to go with the dribble style. This is just what the NBA players have on. So just wait till tomorrow when y'all can see how the my players are moving. Now, I'm definitely interested in your thoughts on the dribbling from what you've seen here. So get your comments in down below and let's start the discussion. That is the Scottie Pippen behind the back that Mike was talking about. You know, they added some more explosive kind of behind the back dribble moves into the game. And that Scottie definitely launches you forward. There's also, I think the Kobe White one felt pretty good. I was experimenting with it. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably want my opinion on dribbling. So here it is. I spent a fraction of the time dribbling as other creators like Dirk and Koza and other creators. They spent majority of the day dribbling. I spent probably 20, 30 minutes, tried it out, and then went to go get other information. But here's what I felt. It felt much more explosive than last year. It felt much more dynamic and like you had more burst. You had more pop with the ball in your hands. It felt like you could chain things together much more quickly. And most importantly for me personally, it just felt more fun. Now, I understand the bar from 2K25 was set extremely low, so to say it was better or more fun than that is like, well, you know, you're not really saying much, which I get, but it's just how I felt. Fix. All right, let's talk about shooting and shot contest. Got a bunch of clips here. Some are going to be open, some contested, some green, some miss. Want y'all to just take a look at it, and I'm gonna just let it play, and you guys can kind of start to assess, you know, how the shooting looks, how the contest system looks, and get your thoughts down below in the comments. I will say a few things. I know people are gonna ask about RNG and the pure green window and how did it feel and blah blah blah. Obviously, it's just a few, you know, hours that I was playing the game, because I also had to get, you know, my builder stuff done and all that. But the green window definitely felt more precise. Like when you got it right, it was green. But when you got it wrong, it was earlier, it was late. Like you were like, it was, like if you were slightly off, it was doinking. So when I talked to Mike in that interview I did with him, he explained it, if he could compare it to anything, was like a more skill-based 2K24 shooting system. And I could kind of see where he's coming from, just because of, you know, yes, you have the pure green window, but it is, you got to be more precise than you were on 24. And that I did feel that. Now, obviously, it's just a few hours. We'll see how it plays out when the game actually drops. But another thing that was noticeable was player height really matters still on the shooting. You know, taller builds definitely shoot over people and, you know, get contested less than the shorter builds. And Kevin Durant was an absolute god because of that. I mean, KD was insane on this. All right, we're going to switch gears over to mid-range a little bit here. And I'll be honest with you, the mid-range felt really, really good. Tested it with KD, Shea. I think there's maybe like a Curry clip, a Luka clip. Like definitely shot a few middies here and there, but was definitely using it a lot with Kevin Durant, just trying to just see how the contest system was registering. I had somebody using Shea on the other team, and then I was using...
If you're still watching this, drop a like. Drop a like. If you want to comment, it's welcome. If you want to subscribe, that's even better.
KD, and we basically tested mid-ranges for like good 10-15 minutes straight. They feel really, really good. I know they were good on 25. They feel really good on 26. And again, the height thing, I know I'm harping on it a lot, but like you start to see how people are, you know, you saw in the dribbling in the beginning of this video, right? Like people are able to move now on the bigger players, and that wasn't even my players. Like I said, that was NBA players, and you were still bursting and doing all that. Then you combine it with the fact that you're really like shooting over people in terms of that advantage. Like you might actually see a back and rhythm shooting system, right? Apparently you only have to green the tempo, and that is confirmed because you're about to see a couple clips of it, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna be honest. You know, apparently if you don't green the timing, it makes it harder to green the tempo, but as long as you just green the tempo, it still goes in. And I'll be honest, without the meter, it's kind of like, man, he's making whites is kind of what I feel like, you know, even though I understand the system is different. But when you turn the meter on and see it visually, I mean, I'll be honest, it hurts my soul. I'm like, bro, this dude is making a 3/4 bar shot, but I understand the logic is different now, but I think we're all like ingrained in the 2K25 rhythm shooting system. Let me know your comments down below. Let's talk quick about perimeter defense bumps. You see right here, Lu Dort cuts off Kevin Durant coming up the court, and they get a physical body up, cut off, like bump animation. If someone's moving, if a dribbler is moving, and you cut them off, you will get a bump, physical body up bump. But a big difference I noticed was on 2K25, if someone was standstill dribbling at the top of the key, you could just like press against them and interrupt that dribble sequence. Now, I'm not going to say it's impossible to interrupt someone's standstill dribble sequence, because obviously I just tested it in the limited amount of time that I had, but it definitely felt night and day difference to 25. 25 felt like if someone's dribbling, you know, on the perimeter, standstill, you could just basically run up to them, smash into them, and interrupt their whole dribble combo, and it would put their player in like a bump animation. Didn't feel like that on this game until they started moving. Once they started to try to burst past you left or right, or try to drive to the basket or whatever, then if you were running with them, then there would be some type of body up collision. But we'll have to see, you know, how that plays out throughout the year, but it definitely was a noticeable difference in my opinion. All right, let's talk about layups. We know custom layups and slow-mo Euros and all this.
Listen, I know y'all want to really sit down and dive in, but with me watching this whole 15-minute clip and talking, it's gonna make the video entirely too long. I'm trying to keep the video 20 minutes, 25 the max, because it's 2025. Nobody really wants to watch a long video. So, like I said, if you want to watch a full video, type in Joe Knows. It's gonna be there.
New layup stuff they're adding, so let's talk about it. Layups definitely felt much improved from 2K25, but that's not saying much. Layups were pretty awful in 2K25. Size matters. You saw that one right there with Giannis. You're going to see some with Trey, Luka. Size matters in terms of getting contested. It felt like the bigger players definitely could go up with more 50-50 takes, and the green window would stay a bit bigger than the smaller players. But overall, whether it was Trey, Luka, De'Aaron Fox, Giannis, whoever it was, being able to see the green window, I know it was an old feature. Like, we had it in 2K24, then they got rid of it. They brought it back. I'm not hyping it up like, whoa, like this is... But it's just nice to be able to see it. Let's talk about driving dunks. All right, dunk meter. You know, I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about this, so let's talk about it. First thing I'll say, size matters again. It felt like the bigger players got more consistent green windows. Some concerning things was I still feel like there's some kinks that need to be worked out in terms of the dunk meter. I have a couple of specific clips coming up here in just a second, and I did bring it to their attention, and I'm sure other people did as well at Community Day. And as we know, we saw last year, they definitely make changes after Community Day. You know, last year they nerfed builds and took out certain dribble speed boost animations and stuff. But check out a couple of these animations. You're gonna see me beat the defender, and or whoever I'm playing against gets past me, and we're just, you know, driving to the basket. Like right here, Ant Edwards slides through, has a clear path to the hoop by the time he goes up with the dunk, and the dunk window stays small. So that's a little alarming to me. I feel like there's, like I said, there's still some kinks to definitely work out. Like this one right here, it's a clean drive, blew by the defender, clean line at the hoop, but because like when I started the dunk, maybe the defender was still like pushed against me. I'm not really sure. Like I said, there's definitely some stuff to still fix. But even with that being said, we were still getting some nice contact dunks at times. You know, sometimes the green windows were big, sometimes they were small. So definitely figuring out exactly how the logic works. But launches. Let's move on to interior defense and standing dunks. There's definitely some crazy interior defense animations. Like, look at this one by Rudy. My God. I mean, to be fair, it's Rudy and Wemby. They have great interior defense stats, but you could definitely get some crazy stops. Now, wide open standing meter dunks, you see how big the green window is. And then even like standing meter dunks against smaller defenders, like Wemby just, you know, going up over smaller defenders. See the size of the green window. It kind of feels like it's like you could get crazy stops, but you could also get crazy dunks. It's kind of, I'm not really sure. Like, we'll have to see how it plays out, but they both definitely felt viable. Like, if you timed when you were going to jump to get the stop, it's like you'd get a crazy ante. But you could also, if you went up with the standing dunk and they weren't entirely properly positioned, you would just boom it on them. Also, a little detail I noticed right here was as Joel was backing down Wemby, look at when Wemby jumped, his hand was behind, like Joel pinned him so deep in the dead zone that when he jumped, his hand hit the back of the backboard and it registered open. I feel like in past games, sometimes if you did that, it would still register a contest just because it was like, it thought you were supposed to be there, but you weren't actually there because you got stuck on the hoop. I don't know, just something like a small little detail I noticed. But you see the size of these standing dunk meters, you could definitely go crazy with the standing. Last thing, rebounding. You can turn off the green feedback in the player HUD. I did notice that. I know some people have been asking that, but as you can see here, you don't have to green the rebound to get it. You know, Mike has already talked about that, but just so people can be clear about that. And then even here, I'm on Jokic. I green the rebound, and my teammate grabs it instead of me. So just because you green it doesn't mean you're automatically going to get it. But this is what the green feedback looks like. Figure we'll just touch on that real quick. But if you guys want to see raw, unedited footage of the first part game in NBA 2K26,
bro, there's so many people out here. Look, you have Koza, Cole the Man, Brother Jones. You pick whoever you want to go watch. But I got some things to do. Like, hold on.
Here are 20 different shot meters on 2K26. We've got curve, sword, fireball, lightning bolt, shooting star, triangles, tube, hexagons, diamond, waves, pill, horn, rainbow, fang, tusk, comet, arrow 2, V,
It don't even matter because
straight,
I'm not
funnel,
using meter.
and curve bar. Here are 20 different shots.
But yeah, man, I got some things to do. I just want to get that video out there to y'all. If you made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, boom and boom. Those are goals for me on Twitch. Peace. Love y'all.